readers, welcome to Book Chat. My name is Leslie and I'm the Reading Safari and Stream Coordinator for Monterey County Free Libraries. Today is an excellent day for some poetry, isn't it? Well, it just so happens that I have An American Sunrise by Joy Harjo for us to chat about. This was published in 2019. It is just over 100 pages long, just like a lot of poetry collections, pretty slim. And it is absolutely beautiful. It's important to know that Joy Harjo is currently our Poet Laureate. She has been in that position since 2019, and she is the first Native American woman to hold that title. And so it's a pretty big deal. It's a fun fact that the Poet Laureate is not picked by the President of the United States, but instead by the Library of Congress. And this volume in particular is a combination of things. So it doesn't just have poetry in it. It has kind of a weaving of things to make kind of a tapestry of the Native American experience. And it starts off with this little history lesson that I'm going to read to you. It says, on May 28th, 1830, President Andrew Jackson unlawfully signed the Indian Removal Act to force move southeastern peoples from our homelands to the west. We were rounded up with what we could carry. We were forced to leave behind houses, printing presses, stores, cattle, schools, pianos, ceremonial grounds, tribal towns, churches. We witnessed immigrants walking into our homes with their guns, Bibles, household goods, and families, taking what had been ours as we were surrounded by soldiers and driven away like livestock at gunpoint. There were many trails of tears of tribal nations all over North America of indigenous peoples who were forcibly removed from their homelands by government forces. The indigenous peoples who are making their way up from the southern hemisphere are a continuation of the Trail of Tears. May we all find the way home. And that little piece of history is followed by this poem, which is called Break My Heart. There are always flowers, love cries, or blood. Someone is always leaving by exile, death, or heartbreak. The heart is a fist. It pockets prayer or holds rage. It's a timekeeper, music maker, or backstreet truth teller. Baby, 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 you can't say what's been said before, even though words are creatures of habit. You cannot force poetry with a ruler or jail it at a desk. Mystery is blind, but wills you to untie the cloth in eternity. Police with their guns cannot enter here to move us off our lands. History will always find you and wrap you in its 1,000 arms. Someone will lift from the earth without wings. Another will fall from the sky through the knots of a tree. Chaos is primordial. All words have roots here. You will never sleep again, though you will never stop dreaming. The end can only follow the beginning, and it will zigzag through time, governments, and lovers. Be who you are. Even if it kills you, it will, over and over again, even as you live. Break my heart, why don't you? So, God, I love that poem so much. It's just so good. I just love the image of the heart as a fist, but also as a truth teller and a timekeeper and a pocket for prayer, or a place where rage gets held. I love that so much, and I can relate, even though I'm not Native American. And I think, you know, that's one of the strengths of Joy Harjo's poetry, is that I am not Native American, so I cannot relate to the struggles of indigenous peoples. I cannot, but she has a way of making the struggle universal so that I do understand. And I love that so much. And I think that's what poetry does, is it makes everything so relatable, even if you haven't personally experienced it. So anyway, this is An American Sunrise, and I highly recommend. I mean, there's just so much in here. Even at, you know, that little history lesson and that first poem doesn't really do it justice. It's a beautiful collection, and I really recommend it. We've got this one in our collection. You should definitely check it out. If you do, I'd love to hear what you think. So post your thoughts on social media. And thank you so much for joining me again for this book chat. I always treasure these moments that we have together. And I will see you next time with another book. Thank you. Bye-bye.